my computer's being weird. Alrighty, hello guys, Unoraptormon here. Welcome back to Danganronpa. I'm gonna try to get the entire fluence gauge by 2. Effective cost. Okay. So we want Melodious, Robot, Non-stop, and the final. And we have just enough. I forget how to increase. Hold on a moment. Need to make sure the entire thing is actually on my computer screen. We don't want that now, would we? But anyway, I probably messed up already. But welcome back to the... How do I get out of here? There we go. Alright, so let's take a look at our truth bullets. The victim, evidence of a struggle, replica sword, replica sheath, which, if we remember, has the thing dent on it. Switch rooms, Makoto's toolkit is clean, Makoto's room is clean, Sayaka's wrist, again, that's swollen, so that was hit before she died. Dying message, if you flip it, it clearly says Leon, so Leon's our killer. We just gotta figure out how to convince everyone else that he is. Bathroom being stuck, it actually being broken, the switch, the kitchen knife, which is the murder weapon, missing, Asahina's account, trash duty, the incinerator itself, burnt piece, and there we go. Alright. Alright, with that said, finish preparations. Let's do this.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Really?
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Thankfully, the trials are completely
Before we move
voice
on and
acted.
start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates?
Someone kick Hifumi.
But what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
That is actually important later
no
on in the
reason.
game.
It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me, everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. And I'll let you guys read that. As, of course, I talk over it. So, I've done this once. Thankfully, the non-stop debate stuff, repeats. And I think you have about 5 minutes to get everything. So yeah. So, I've done this particular trial once already. And because there was no sound last time, when I recorded it, which was about 3 hours worth. Yeah. So, mouse to aim, left to fire. I had to remember that one. But, I have a little bit of forensics knowledge enough to help me out in this particular game. Particularly blood spatter is my specialty, but to review the controls. Okay. Good luck and have fun. Here we go! Evidence of a struggle.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, that's wrong.
False. We know that there was clearly a struggle.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume.
By the way,
there
I
was a
just had
struggle.
lunch. Anyway.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
Correct.
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
Technically.
Much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Well, apparently Chihiro needed explained.
Sorry.
Oh, poor Chihiro.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
I'll give you that. The kitchen knife. Get used to this spin, by the way. It'll happen every time this particular section starts up.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had?
False.
No, that's wrong.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us?
Who was in the
We all
kitchen?
know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
A shit ton more,
Hold on a
Toko.
second.
You clearly aren't a mystery
Let's draw
writer.
conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well played.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
Oh, really?
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. I'll let you guys read. Ooh. Pardon-moi. Alright, spacebar to slow things down. It'll study your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Which is... You guys have seen what the potential weak spots look like. Recover over time, so let the brain take a rest. No need to rush. Good luck, have fun. Again, I've already done this particular trial, so.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret.
No, that's wrong.
That's basically how you use it, by the way.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well,
Well,
what
he's
if
not.
I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, ow, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words,
Groovy music at
there's no
least.
way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Let me do something real quick.
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh,
I'm not
and more
important.
importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already. No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case. Oops. Did I say that out loud?
Well, that
Anyway,
helped.
I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife? Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall. No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
Ta-da!
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
Nope.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
If it wasn't either of you, Then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore. Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
So she took the knife. Ah!
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility.
Yep.
And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
The person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
Dead wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
I'm gonna do something they're gonna blame me for the murder. Well, they're already blaming you for the murder. They convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there.
Hair.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit. Would you like to hear more? Of course. And while it explains, I'm going to clear my throat. What, Puff? And possibly mess my cat. Alright, the point is to reveal an important phrase. There'll be flying letters and letters you already know. Shoot him down in the right order. Now, the first time I played this, I had no idea what the thing could be. But after I hit the first letter, it made more sense. You failed. Good luck. Have fun. Here we go. Should have been there, but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. And it was hair. Do you think that's the most bewildering thing? Oh, that's so unfair. Ta-da!
Now I understand.
See, last time I didn't pay that close attention, and I should have.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Makoto's not the
Precisely.
killer.
It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
Yes.
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
Yeah, they did. The bathroom doorknob
What do
was
you mean?
broke.
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The evidence that the evidence that proves it is the doorknob.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves
Yeah.
Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room?
Yeah.
But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
Yes, there is.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? Yes. Absolutely. Let's hear more. Number of weak spots will start going up. Okay. No matter how many points, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak points are actually lies or contradictions. And then, good luck. Have fun! Well, bad time to get itchy nose. Wow, I'm such a juxtaposition. Bright blue, almost, against this kind of
The
background.
incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Yeah.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door.
Yeah.
Because Sayaka had locked it.
No, that's wrong.
She couldn't lock it.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
It turned out to be
So the reason
insanely
the door
lucky
didn't
later.
open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The switched nameplates. Couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene is that it took place...
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms. Which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
Then there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
Correcto.
That is a definite possibility.
It's
So
correct.
the killer would
It's-
have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
So that's everyone but Sayaka and Makoto.
Couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
No! You're an
Majority
idiot.
rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
That's not possible. We've already discussed that
I
one
don't
with
think so. That
Maggie.
seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
That's
No,
exactly what
That
happened.
can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
She asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka lets someone in because... Crap, what was it? I got 5... Crap, I don't know what it is. Switching rooms, maybe?
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared.
Yeah, I got it right! I forgot!
That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
I completely forgot what the answer was to that. This thing is over an hour long. Just a heads up. No matter who it is, don't open the door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if she was trying to lure them in?
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
Something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay? Sayaka.
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes.
Again, I'm pretty sure she's detective.
Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Ta-da! Then that note... Sayaka wrote it?
But,
yeah?
But why? Why would she write that?
Because
the note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Really?
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
I think they are.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
By all means.
Very well then. Pay attention.
This should be interesting. Go on nameplates.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Uh-huh.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
Uh-huh.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
So in other words...
Even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
Crap, which one was it?
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yes.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
Damn it, that was not it. Tire me, please stop wasting my time. Okay. Need to consider this carefully one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Okay, so it's Makoto. I did not screw up last time.
Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was...
No, it's wrong.
Found it.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka
I actually
was
didn't
staying
screw
in
up the last time I
was
did this.
actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Correct.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem.
Yep.
And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
It was Sayaka.
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched it, and that would be Sayaka.
I got it!
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk about. Check the nameplates.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
Yep.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
Yep.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
In order
To understand
frame
that,
Makoto.
we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out. We know who did it. Whoever she invited over is the culprit.
That part's right.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes?
Leon, you're awfully nervous.
Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Yep.
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The gold stuff. Let's take a look at the evidence.
I got it! All you have to
Yay, I
do
got
is
my
take
health
a
back.
good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there.
And again,
see?
Her wrist wouldn't be swollen after
that
death.
gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
That much is true.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
You are so helpful.
Then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room and what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. Let's hear more. Somewhat. Can't believe I doofed on this one. Start loading multiple truth bullets into your... Aw, crap. Just like with weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You can press the Q button to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullets to fire. Press and release the Q key to cycle through each bullet. Or you can use the mouse wheel. I'm probably going to use the mouse wheel. If the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Good luck, have fun. I think I have it set on either gentle or kind. Okay, I think it'll be the sheath, if I remember correctly.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
False.
No, it's wrong. Actually, no.
I got that one on the first try.
Started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Yep.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
Yep.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out.
By the way, this guy's wrong.
The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
No.
So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Yeah.
What?
He's
How
got...
the hell can you not think that?
I'll admit.
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her hands. Part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you wanted to use a sword, it would be at the palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
That's something he
How
noted.
can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off.
At least the
All
tune's
you have to
groovy.
do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
She couldn't, because it's nighttime.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Good grief, lady.
No, that's not it at all.
I should say Missy. They're all kids. Because it was nighttime. The water was off.
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower yet.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Insult.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword.
Uh-huh.
But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was
Sayaka.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka.
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Yep. And she was
Took the
gonna
knife from the
frame
kitchen,
you, Makoto.
Then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
Yeah.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Well, considering everyone thought he was the
Sayaka wanted
guilty
to-
one.
On me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
Yup.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky?
Go big or go home.
Even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
Look how well that
I don't
turned
know.
out.
I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
She used you, buddy.
She was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
A national
Wait, then
superstar.
You're saying she had this all planned out?
Yeah, but it backfired.
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
Yep.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
Yep.
If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Yep. There's a lot left. The entirety of the trash room.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, it's wrong.
That one was easy.
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037, written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it.
Yep.
That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure, I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
It does if you flip it. Flip it.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Really, guys? If you turn her message 180 degrees, it becomes crystal clear. Told ya!
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
You're caught.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
Yep.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
Well, of course, it sounds like a hell of a stretch to you because
I'm
you're
the
guilty.
killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The shirt. This feels longer than last time.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah,
There's
I
other
mean,
facts.
Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You wanna bet?
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
Uh-huh. Need to pay attention to how it was disposed of.
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Nope.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. There was another way, and it involved the crystal ball. I need to move back to
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator.
Nope.
No, that's wrong. Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
Yep, throw it.
I got it!
And it was
Killer
just heavy
simply
enough.
took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Weird follow.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Yep.
remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off the last time I was down here. It was not the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Yep.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Your hook, line, and sinker.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right?
Not a
the pinpoint
problem.
accuracy you'd need to throw a glass bulb that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
the ultimate baseball
I
star.
got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
You have
A
no
target
argument.
30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
Yep.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer. These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Closing argument. Yes. Each case has one last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll have a complete summary of the case. Or you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. Or a manga, actually, considering you go from right to left. Complete the comic using truth panels. Take careful aim at a missing section and press the left mouse button. Holy cow, you get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Good luck, have fun. Here we go. Well, I mean, that's actually kind of redundant.
The killer is
I think
you.
that's right.
I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning.
Yep. And I'm gonna mosey it on along a bit.
Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
Uh-huh.
But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for.
The person fought back.
They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of
any evidence that they'd ever been there. I'm starting to click because I've got to go somewhere.
The killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball,
which he'd left in the laundry room.
The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with
a sigh of relief.
One thing they missed.
And that is what got them caught.
Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence.
Unfortunately, this trial is not over.
Isn't that right, Leon?
Booyah! Unfortunately, we're not done.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right?
Probably.
Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence?
They've shown you the evidence, jackass!
It's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
Time battle. Absolutely. Oh yeah, this is the rhythm game. Happens, you'll engage them head-to-head battle. Bullet time, aka the BTB, BTW, jeez, also known as. Destroy your opponent's statements while in time with the rhythm. Okay. Right mouse button to lock on. Destroy with the left mouse. Use this to deal damage. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. So, right, then left. Tempo up. Unfortunately, this is a rhythm game, so I'm not going to be the best at it. I was great in band. Not so much anywhere else. Oh yeah, the toolkit. Shoot their statement fast enough, you'll come out victorious. If which case reaches 0, you'll be the one to fail. Good luck, have fun. Here we go.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid.
Yep. Here we go. I'm gonna hate this. Moment of truth. Here we go.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. You lied. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid.
Oh my gosh, I actually did well.
Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
Holy crap, I actually did well. What is this madness? I don't ever do good in
Screws on the
rhythm
bathroom
game.
doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
That must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Leon.
Stupid, stupid, stupid.
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
This is true.
Stupid, stupid, stupid.
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly
When, where,
and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
With that said...
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
He broke. Hey, I made an A! Le Choc. Oh, cool. I got 79. That's about the same I got last time.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right?
Right!
Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh gosh. And I will not actually let you guys see the punishment for Leon. Do you want to see that? You can play the game yourself. It is just... I've seen it already. It's just a tad bit too graphic. Uh-oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kawada. He's dead.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
But...
I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
The hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
Yes, you did. It was kill or be killed.
That's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One step? One wrong step, and you'd be the one standing here. It was a complete chance that I wound up like...
I was just... unlucky. That's all.
You went after her.
On!
Yes, we expect you to accept your death. I was right. Better off than wrong, because if we come up with this really truth, was trying to frame me. Can't say she was wrong after all, the mastermind. It's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her and the video had actually something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here with no way out, probably waiting for me.
Why? Why?
The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams or friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. Sayaka did whatever it took, even things that were unpleasant. The friends it meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
from the very beginning, she was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Oh, jeez. I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she's descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand. Really, I do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, alright? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. True. Stop screwing with it. This is your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Lunged toward Monokuma, but...
That's enough.
Angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron. Strong enough, I was sure it was going to leave a bruise.
Calm down.
Really want to make our enemies pay for what they've done. We need to let it go for now. Damn it! That's a close one. I thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the last trial, the blackened Leon Kawada will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution?
Yeah.
Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her. No. You went after her.
That's it.
Check self. In the heat of the moment, it was self-defense. Really?
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she'd shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room and came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's why...
I've had enough.
Oh.
You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka, did you understand? I can't say Leona's solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the one to blame is him. Weren't for you, this would never have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind. Yes, I'm reading this as fast as I can. You awaken your sense of justice. As this happens, there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Shut up. More importantly...
Chills! Kills!
And the punishment.
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
You could have stopped.
Hey, come on now!
Breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
No, 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 no!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
No!
And with that, I'm going to sign out. See you guys in the next episode. Ciao. This is not gonna end well.